Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Expanse reaction. This is our live. My name is Matt. Okay, last time on The Expanse, not a lot happened until it did at the very end. So that was kind of a weird in between episode of like what happened after the whole Eros station thing, but right away like at the end of the episode, I mean right away into like the second book, I guess, aliens show up. However, there's like a dot when I said alien because it might not be alien, and in fact I don't think it is. I mean, it's of alien origin because it's a protomolecule. I'm assuming the protomolecule is just creating beings now, or adapting already existing beings into protomolecule people or whatever. They look like weird, tall monsters, essentially. But I say that, actually, I say that, and now I'm reminded. I'm reminded that when I was editing the previous episode, I saw the final bit of the episode again, and I was like, wait a second, does that look like Gunny a little bit? What was her name? Like Bobbie a little bit. So I'm thinking that okay, so it looked like female-ish. The monster looked female-ish when we saw it right on the camera, which made me think: is it copying Bobbie here? Is it copying her? Because I didn't notice that the first time, and the second time I'm like, maybe. Like maybe it's nothing. Maybe it actually is nothing. But I'm thinking that maybe it's copying the people that it's encountering. Simultaneously, I want to say that also while editing the episode, I at the very end of the episode, I actually didn't see exactly what happened, or more specifically, what didn't happen. Because the monster, it seemed like it was doing some kind of glowy shit, I think. It's been a week. But then Bobbie or Gunny or whatever the fuck her name is, Roberta, she tactical roll out of the way. And that's important because we didn't see a kill confirm. She was kind of beaten up, but we didn't see a kill confirm on her. And in fact, she actually dodged out of the way, I think. So she might be alive. Everyone else is probably dead, but she might be alive. So she's gonna be an actual character now, probably. I mean, so the entire discussion the previous episode, I was granting her for death already, but I think she's just gonna be a character now if she's alive. I guess this episode will confirm whether she is or not. Maybe not. Maybe she'll go missing for like a couple episodes, but until we get a confirmation, it's in the air. So that I just wanted to say that. But yeah, we started book two. What the fuck is a book? And yeah, we got to see a little bit of the aftermath of the Eros station debacle, and Holden and Naomi and the Rosie crew are like heroes in Taiko Station. Naomi wanted to immortalize Miller and Julie, so she wanted oh, there's something else I have in the episode actually that was really important. But yeah, she wanted Fred Johnson to share their story of their saviors, Miller and Julie Mao. But something really important happened, and I wasn't entirely sure what happened, but some people on Patreon actually explained to me what happened. And it's the fact that Naomi didn't destroy the sample. And I thought she didn't. I actually took for granted that she didn't, but I didn't actually understood how. But it was apparently that she ran a simulation, and I actually saw a simulation, but I wasn't sure how that worked. But she ran a simulation of her destroying the sample, and Holden walked in and he saw it and he was like, "Hey, good job." And then she did it. She didn't actually launch the actual destruction of it. It was just a simulation. So that's what happened. So Naomi didn't destroy the thing, which I think I would consider it to be a really stupid thing to do. Not only because you're not destroying the source of all evil, but also because you lied to everyone. So that's a bad thing. However, for the sake of plot, that might be a good thing, but we'll see, because that sample is definitely going to come back. I'm assuming it's going to come back in a bad way. It might come back in a good way. We just don't know, because it's impossible to tell the future. But for the time being, that's what happened. We needed to point that out. So yeah, I think that is most of what happened in the episode. That whole thing with the alien happened in, I believe, Ganymede. Ganondorf. It happened in Ganondorf, which is Jupiter's moon. So there's where that happened. Somebody explained that to me too. Oh, and we get to see little bits of Solomon Epstein. I wrote it down here, and it's the guy that created the fusion drive or whatever, the Epstein drive, which made possible for big jumps in technology, years into the future, 138 years into the future, yeah, which is what everyone uses now, and what I believe is what actually allowed Mars to become a superpower, because that actually is what he wanted. He said it during the little flashbacks. He's like, this technology could elevate us Mars in order to become an actual entity instead of just Earth slaves. So that is a little interesting lore thing, a little bit of world building there. But I'm wondering if that is gonna come back, and I think it will. I just don't know how. Here's the other thing though. We didn't see a kill confirm on Mr. Solomon here. So it is possible that because of the massive drive that he made, he just traveled into alien territory, and then he got proto-molecule, or he made first contact, or whatever. Because we didn't see where that ended. We're just assuming he's dead. He could be. And I think it is, because it's been 138 years, but there's a little bit of a hole there that we can fill. Maybe we can ignore, but we may fill it if we so desire. But anyway, I think that is everything we needed to go over here at the intro, and I think we're ready to watch the next episode. So yeah, The Expanse, season 2, episode 7. Let's go. Jared Harris is in the credits. Also, that's really fucking metal, by the way. That's really fucking metal. The blood spurting out and becoming a snowflake. Is that how that works? Yeah, but, the coldness of the space, I know that. But does it become a snowflake by nature, or?
We're gonna get you out of here. Hold still.
They're saving her.
All we know is that fire from UNN and MCRN forces hit one of our orbital mirrors, which crashed into the station and several ag domes.
This was an escalation. We need to choose an appropriate Martian target in response. Christian?
Why would they do that?
A peace summit.
A peace summit? And what? Foot massages, too?
Ganymede is the worst it's ever been between our nations. It's time to step back before we're all wandering through the rubble, defending ourselves with rocks and sticks.
You'll never sell it to the Security Council.
You will sell it, because you saved Earth from Eros.
We all know who really did that.
And who do I serve?
Why didn't you ever run for office?
I like getting shit done, and I like to keep my head attached to my neck.
Your father was smart. You're smarter.
Gretchen is such a badass. Legitimately.
Good to see you again, Satara. Until then.
She's listening. That was a transmission from Mr. Jerry Harris himself. I forgot the name of that character, by the way. Anderson Dawes? Was that it? I forgot. There he is.
Dawes put all of those bribes back into the neighborhood. Yeah, now he's practically running Ceres.
Yeah, he does.
About time a Belter was.
What's gonna be the deal with him? Because I don't know anything about that boy. I got nothing. But I get a really bad vibe from him.
Dead one each. Back off.
Leave my mother alone! You leave her alone!
Backstory? That triggered something. Well, that came out of nowhere. Are we gonna get any elaboration on that, or?
Gunny, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but no one from your team made it. You're the only one who survived. Our only eyes and ears on what happened down there. Now, you said that you were under attack.
She barely got to see.
Shots fired along the UN line.
But why did the monster leave then, though? Unless it didn't.
6 Blues charging you.
No.
They were running away from something else.
Oh wait, it was a 7th.
Yeah, just freaking out.
She's bleeding again.
Here's the thing though, she survived, but the monster did something to her, didn't it? The monster, quote unquote.
It was temporary at first. Dresden never coerced any of us.
When did you decide to make it permanent?
That first day, within 5 minutes, I knew I'd never go back.
Was I right about the shit that I said the first time Amos did some shit with this guy?
I think I scared his mother. I didn't mean to. It made me remember when I was that boy.
So
Protecting your mother?
Your mother?
I lost her a long time ago.
Okay.
And then there was Lydia.
Who?
Yeah. Who?
Just someone that looked after me.
Okay.
I loved my mother too. Love kept me at her bedside until she died. Nearly caused me to miss out on the greatest work humanity has ever undertaken. You want to be that real boy again, to feel how you felt before the world broke you, the safety of your mother's embrace. But you cauterized all that in order to survive. You don't want that back again. Stomp out those last embers and you'll be free of it. We are about to rewrite the entire story of humanity. I can help you. I know how.
Is Amos gonna turn into a robot now?
The OPA just saved Earth. And if that is not sufficient enough to earn their respect, we have their missiles. And that is our ticket to the table. But we must come together first. A unified belt must send a representative that speaks for all.
Oh, you're gonna send Anderson Dawes?
Belt needs a born belter to be its voice. Anderson Dawes should represent.
I have zero trust on Dawes, but maybe.
Earth and Mars at peace. And the belt, equal partners in that peace. But
He's gonna be an extremist.
I do not doubt his heart. Fred Johnson has proven himself to be a true friend to the belt. But as much as I fear war between Earth and Mars, I fear the peace.
Ooh.
We say the more you share, the more your bowl will be plentiful. And those that will not share, and if we are all well, they see us as their possessions. Animals to test their new weapons on. And make no mistake, they will do it again. We must protect ourselves against this weapon.
We should nuke those orders!
We killed the madman who made that weapon. We've seen Eros burn up into Venus. Earth knows that the rot is coming from this house. They almost lost their planet as a result. They don't want another Eros any more than we do. Johnson says that we are safe. But I say, once a thing is written, it is forever.
He's like using Belter sayings in
I was on Eros.
James Holden. You're an Earther, so people are just gonna...
The threat has been eliminated.
Naomi is like,
James Holden, huh? Varatna. You see, one by
Dawes
one,
is so good at this shit.
has to offer us are coming to our fight.
Oh my god, this guy is so good at his fucking speeches and turning the whole thing around.
Keeping the missiles is an act of war which will lead to the end of the belt. Using them gets us the same result. That is why they are both right. The missiles are useless to us.
Do you two know each other?
This is over.
I hope that it is. You know what Anderson Dawes saw in there? You and Fred Johnson, two big noise earthers telling belters how they should run the belt.
That's also true.
If Eros rammed into Earth, wiped out half of your people, then you'd know.
This interview is being recorded.
The interrogation shit.
So 7 UN Marines started charging and shooting at you.
They weren't shooting at you.
Weird is that there was only 7 of them. 7th man.
Yeah. There was no part of the 6th. Others. They were shooting at him.
The egg drone. Before the Blues
Yeah, right.
were charging at us, Hillman spotted a stray egg drone over our position. You need to check that drone's feed.
We'll certainly look into that. So 7 UN Marines were charging you.
It didn't make sense.
Sounds like you're saying Earth initiated the attack.
No, elaborate
That's
further.
what I'm saying.
God damn it.
Yes. They were firing at us. They jammed our
They
comms
did
as
not.
ships engaging.
They did not.
The Blues, they were closing in on us fast.
The ship's things did happen though.
Fucking Earthers attacked us.
Well, god damn it.
Hey, fearless champion of the belt. You want to paint me as one of the bad guys because I'm an Earther? Have a great time.
Good and bad, don't get distracted by that. It will just confuse you. Good men do bad things, like Fred Johnson. And bad men do things believing it's for the good of all mankind. That's how I know this isn't over, Satara. I believe you. Fred Johnson is tactical. He can't think any other way. He wouldn't offer me up to the inner planets as his errand boy or be willing to return Earth's missiles so readily unless he had another card to play.
Okay.
None that we know of. Now get off my ship.
You remind me of someone.
Miller.
Just missing the hat, that's all. Belters will never unify under Fred Johnson's flag. True, Satara. Earth will never forgive him for the past. And after the Nauvoo, his days on Tycho are numbered.
All of those things are
true. The weapon that Fred Johnson has is vulnerable.
Why are you alive though? Why are you here? Like, the injuries you suffer weren't injuries of being shot.
Have you checked that drone's feed yet?
We were on high alert for anything in that area. There was no drone over your position.
No, that's not right. I saw it. You think I'm making it up?
No. I believe you saw something. Now you say it was a drone. Okay, what I want to know is why is that so important to you? Why are you so interested in it? What do you think it saw? What did you see, Bobbie?
She remembers. She just doesn't think anyone will believe it. So you need to see it by yourself. Okay, well, what's the deal with you two?
Come on. If we're going to reminisce, let's at least get a drink, huh? We will toast to Fred Johnson's secret weapon.
You're gonna remember the monster. Please stop this war. Do not cause it. Please stop it. I mean, who's gonna believe you though? You know. Yes. Remember the 7th one.
And the 7th bringing up the rear.
Just remembering this is good.
The 7th man, he was chasing them. The UN Marines, they weren't firing at us. They were shooting behind them. At him.
Then what happened?
Okay. Then yeah, that should happen.
I'm so sorry.
Sergeant.
Identifying.
I saw the drone. It was waiting.
Yep.
The Stevens man, he wasn't wearing a vac suit.
That's enough. She's had enough.
He says it's talking to him.
It's either the Venus one or the one that Naomi destroyed.
And then what? And then we'll have it, and Cortazar will help us understand it.
The nightmare starts over.
No. If the belt has the protomolecule, no one will ever use it against us again.
Mila danza ere de satara.
Shukumi.
Sure.
You were on Eros with him too. And before, on that Earther station?
Yeah. With Mila too.
I better keep my eye on you. Soon your legend will be better than mine.
This fucking kid.
Fred Johnson just want people. Scientists.
What for? Do you paint, sir?
Oh. He's essentially doing an interrogation. He's getting the information of the one scientist that is fucked in the head. Anderson Dawes is so fucking good at getting information from people. It's just sweet talking everyone.
The distances are so vast. Hard to believe that we can make a difference.
Earth and Mars are meeting for an emergency summit. Your first-hand account of what happened will lay the groundwork for what's to come.
Yes. Please don't fuck this up.
Tell them your story. Tensions were high. In the confusion of a communications blackout, your team fired first.
Sir?
Hmm?
Did you say we shot first?
Well, given the lack of intel, it's a supportable conclusion.
They fired first. Maybe not at us, but they definitely fired first.
Sergeant, this is bigger than you.
I know I'm not wrong about that. That thing was driving them
I
forward.
don't want to hear any more talk about a thing, Gunny. Are we clear?
I feel like there's no more trust between each other at this point. James Holden? He's gonna kill the scientist, isn't he? Wait, what happened? Did somebody kill him already? Anderson Dawes did it. Or not killed him, but like took him away. Anderson Dawes took him. With Diogo. This fucking kid. Remember Miller's last words. Do not be an idiot.
Lock down every berth. No one leaves without my authorization.
Okay.
Give me eyes on Dawes' ship.
I'm pretty sure she sold him out too. I mean, I know Diogo did, but I think she did too, maybe. Oh, he's taking Cortazar.
Dawes has Cortazar, he's running.
What?
Dust off now!
Copy that. Let's roll.
Is Amos with you?
I don't know where he is.
Oh my God.
Get your ass down here.
We'll lose him if you wait, just go! Go!
Okay, just the two of you. And I don't know if I can trust Naomi here. And Alex is kind of to push over the group. A little bit. Not entirely. Did Amos turn into a robot or not? We haven't seen him since the beginning.
Gotcha.
It's Yogo, isn't it? It's fucking kid.
Just me.
Dawes was in the.
Dawes. He's got Cortazar. They're gone.
You juked us. Well then. Okay, that's it for this episode then. Okay, that was the 7th man. Okay, so Bobbie did survive. Gunny, Bobbie, Roberta, whatever. She survived. However, the entire episode I was waiting for some kind of a showing me what the fuck actually happened after that, because they did rescue her, but she was okay, so she was there unconscious in front of the monster, then the monster did some shit and then she rolled away, and it's like, what happened in between that and when she got rescued? Like, I'm literally thinking she might be like possessed or proto-moleculed up or whatever, because like I think that the I keep referring to it as the monster. I'm just gonna call it that because it lacks a name. So the 7th man, I guess, is the name. But like the monster did something, didn't it? Or has to have did something, because like why would she just survive just like that if its purpose was to kill everyone? Because maybe it wasn't. But like it was there. It was right in front of you. So it's like, what I don't know. Like, I legitimately don't know what happened. Maybe it turned into her. That's another one that we can throw in the fucking table. But I'm waiting for something to have happened there, and we just don't know what. That's what I'm waiting for. It could literally be nothing, but I'm waiting for it to be something. Okay, so that yeah, I just want to point that out right away. So she survived. They brought her from the wreckage. Everyone is dead, and she's kind of dealing with that. At the same time, she thinks that Earth shot first, but then after they gave her the super like perception drug, and she used it in combination with trying to remember. I don't know. I think she was like being wired to something too, so maybe. But she was remembering. She was like vividly remembering, like she was literally seeing her crewmates again, and she was saying, "I'm sorry," but she got to see again that there were 6 blues, she calls them, because Earthers, coming at them, and they were shooting, and there was a 7th one, so it was 7. But the 6 guys weren't running at you more than they were running away from the 7th guy. And they weren't shooting at you, they were shooting at it, right? So she remembers that, and she's like, okay, so that's what happened. Everyone else goes, all right, you're crazy. You know, some shit happened. We're just going to say that you shot him first. It's okay. They probably will understand. It was your mistake. Probably, maybe. And, yeah, you're going to be the scapegoat. And because, like, nobody believes that a thing that wasn't wearing a spacesuit, she said that, was attacking everyone, because that's like, oh, what the fuck science fiction movie have you been watching, you dumb bitch, right? I'm pretty sure that that's literally what the guy said off screen, you know, the Martian guy, the chairman or whatever his name was. By the way, I was watching this entire episode with Spanish subtitles, which is not what I do. I usually won't use English subtitles because closed captioning, because the information just gets better and rawer and purer. But like, I had to use Spanish ones because the English ones were fucked. And I'm using Prime Video, by the way. For some reason, they were displaying the subtitles for the previous episode. It was weird. So I just had to switch on the fly to Spanish, and I guess I roll with that one. But okay, so that's what's happening on the Bobbie end of things. And then they told her, okay, you're gonna be the scapegoat, and you're gonna go to Earth, and you're gonna tell them that. She's not gonna. She's absolutely not gonna. I don't think she's gonna. I think she's just gonna be like, all right, fuck that shit. That's not what happened. So this is what happened. There was a 7 guy, and he didn't have a space. He was a monster. He killed everyone, and he killed all my crew. And if, god damn it, it must be you, Earth. You did that shit. Maybe not. Maybe she's not gonna do that last part, but she's gonna do the first part. And everyone is just gonna be like, all right, that bitch great. So she's just gonna be thrown into jail or whatever, and just goodbye. Goodbye, you get written off. So that's probably what's gonna happen. Unless Christian steps in the way. Maybe Christians will know something or into something and maybe try and get her side of the story more. But anyway, that's what's happening on the Bobbie side of things. Then, okay, so at the very beginning of the episode, something happened and then they never came back to it. So I'm curious now. Amos was just okay. So the entire Rosa crew and a lot of people were actually just like given packets of food, just like a small packages with, I assume, like 1 meal. They were just giving that to Belters, just like, hey, you got that, 1 per person. So I don't exactly register what happened in that moment, but I think a lady tried to get 2. Or like something fell and she was like trying to grab it, and Amos was like, wait, 1 per person, just don't. And the lady got like scared, and the kid stepped in the middle and was like, don't bully my mommy, or just don't, whatever. And we had a very clear trigger moment for Amos when he was like, oh my god, I'm a monster. And it's like, okay, Amos had that exact same thing happened. He was the boy protecting his mom. All right, so we got a little bit of backstory there, and then he actually confirmed it talking to the fucked scientist with no emotions. He was actually talking to him, and he was like, okay, so I had that moment with this happen, and he actually talked a little bit about his mom. He also talked about Lydia, whoever that may be, and he said Lydia came after that, so there's a whole story there that we don't know. So and then the emotionless scientist, whatever his name is, he actually offered Amos just like, hey, you can do the same shit that I do. Well, it's more like Amos came asking for that, right? And he was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And he's like, but do it though. It's going to be really good. When I did it, within 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, this is the best. It's going to be really great for you. So then he's like, Amos, you want to do it? I know how. And then we cut away. Amos had like this look, and then we cut away. So it's like, okay, is Amos a robot now? Because it could be. And I don't know if that would turn him into a more or less interesting character, by the way. Because I think the emotionless scientist is a very interesting character, by the way. But Amos is already very interesting. So I don't know how would that be like for him. Well, it would be kind of similar to what he already is. Except like less jokey, because he is kind of an asshole in a joke sense. I guess less that and more practical, more factual, more pragmatic. Just like emotionless, because that's what it is. So like a robot, essentially. So is Amos gonna turn into a robot? I don't know. Maybe. I'm inclining towards yes, but I don't know. So for now, maybe. So, another thing that happened. Anderson Dawes showed up, and he actually had had a lot of screen time and a big role here in this episode, bigger than he ever has, probably. And it's funny because somebody asked me on Patreon, hey, would you give like D&D RPG tabletop character alignments for Christian Avasarala, Fred Johnson, and Anderson Dawes? And my response to Christian was chaotic good, probably make it neutral, but I'm pretty sure she's chaotic, and I think she's good. Fred Johnson, I don't know. I literally don't know. I could see him anywhere in the good or neutral spectrum. So I was like, I'll get you back on that after I see more of him, and then maybe I can come up with something. And Anderson Dawes, I was like, I have no clue. I'm not even going to try, because I don't think I have seen enough of him in order to make that call. And even if I have, it's been like 10 episodes since the last time I saw him. I was like, I have no fucking clue what the deal is with that guy. So I was like, alright, so whenever I start seeing Anderson Dawes again, I will try and figure out that. And it's really good that I made that call, because this episode is the most Anderson Dawes episode we've ever seen, I think. Even we got to see enough, like, plenty of him in season 1 with Miller when he was in Sirius. But here we saw several moments when he's just like talking, and he's so good at talking. This motherfucker has a passive 30 charisma points. Like, what the fuck? Literally everything he said was like sweet talking you while politely dismissing what you said, but giving it enough value so you feel appreciated, and so everyone can think that he's actually being really nice to you and very understanding and factual. But that's not the way we do things in the belt. We have a saying here. And then he says a saying, and everyone goes like, yeah! And it's like, whoa, wow. It's like, this guy is the kind of person that would lead a cult, which is more or less what he's already doing, but he's definitely the kind of person that would lead a cult, because he has that charisma, and he has that ability to just like say the things that will get people that don't think too hard about things just go like, yeah, let's go. And that's it. And it's like, oh my fucking god, this guy can get anyone on his side. Pretty much. Just by the power of 30 charisma alone. It's like, oh my god. So Anderson Dawes, very good character, I think. Especially Jared Harris, that boy. So I saw his name in the title at the beginning, and I was like, oh, Jared Harris is in it, let's fucking go. Because at this point, I really like Jared Harris, because I saw him in Chernobyl, and I remember the first time I saw Anderson Dawes, I was like, wait, is that fucking Legasto from Chernobyl? And it was. And he did an amazing job there, and he's doing an even greater amazing job here as a completely different character, and he's just nailing it. He's just fucking nailing it. I love it. So I think that Anderson Dawes is a piece of shit, but I think his portrayal is actually fantastic. I think he's a really fun character to have. So I want to know what is gonna happen here moving forward. So Fred Johnson is like, okay, so we gotta go and meet with the Earth and with the Mars, and we try to reach an agreement or some kind of peace or whatever. We have the missile, so we have a ticket to get in there, so that's cool. And then and he's like, yeah, but I can't do it. I myself cannot do it. I'm an Earther. Someone born has to do it. And he's like, oh, everyone's like, oh yeah. And then he's like, Anderson Dawes should do it. And then Anderson Dawes walks in and he's like, we should nuke everyone. And then Fred Johnson is like, all right, maybe not. Maybe let's not do that. And Anderson Dawes is like, my boy here, Fred Johnson, he's a good one. He's a really good friend of the Belts. But we should kill them all, though. And then James Holden is like, I saw that fucked up shit, and I think Fred Johnson is right, and he's honorable, and we should maybe listen to him. And then Anderson Dawes is like, hey, my boy here, Holden. He saw all that shit. You're a hero, man. You're the shit. Maybe there's some merit to what you two are saying. Maybe there is some merit. Okay, I'll listen to that. And then immediately he goes like, I'm gonna kidnap that fucking scientist. He's immediately like, alright, fuck those two. They're in cahoots together. Fuck them. I'm gonna find out what actually is going on, and I'm gonna kill it or kidnap it. And he did, right? And he went and talked to Holden and Naomi first. And they were like, fuck you. Well, Holden was like, fuck you. Naomi kind of stood in the back, just like, because Naomi is kind of an Anderson Dawes side, because she's like, she's a belter, you know, like, and she is kind of an extremist kind of character, which is weird because, so Naomi has kind of gone off the rails in terms of her character in the couple episodes, previous episodes. But that's not to say that came out of nowhere. That's more like we're learning a lot more about Naomi because she's doing shit that I didn't think she would. Because I was like, oh, Naomi's clearly the smart one. She's not gonna do stupid shit. I mean, of course, and this is not necessarily stupid shit. It's just things that she believes is the best course of action for her goals. Her goals, however, are Belters being cool, and everyone here around us being cool. She doesn't necessarily care too much about everyone else. So I said she was neutral good. I'm not sure if she is anymore. But why would she be though? I mean, she could still be neutral good, I guess. But just selectively neutral good. But that is more neutral than anything, though. So I don't know. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So let's focus more about what happened in the episode. So the entire episode, there's this whole thing where Naomi is just like really awkward in every scene because Holden has trust in her, and she betrayed his trust by keeping the proto molecule alive in the form of the sample. So that sucks. And she's not telling anyone because of course she's not gonna. So that Holden is kind of fighting this war alone. And I'm waiting for the moment where the shoe drops. I'm waiting for the moment where the reveal of like Naomi fucked us happen. Because I feel like Holden is just gonna break. Because like Holden he's a lawful good character, and he's pretty like, he has like a very clear line of morality that he wants to, he forces himself to apply to, but he also wants everyone else to apply to it. Like he wants a thing and he wants everyone to be part of it. Because of course, like everything else is just not ideal. It's not great. He's banging Naomi, and their relationship is pretty established at this point. I feel like we haven't seen it develop very much, but we have seen the effects of it developing off screen, I think. The more than we've seen it develop, if that makes any sense. Like, I remember, I think it was the previous episode where Holden was like FaceTiming his mom, or not really, but he was sending a message to his mom, and he was like, okay, so we actually did it. We did something that like saved the earth. I hope you're proud of me. Like, it was really great, and everyone here, my friends, I wish you could meet them. There's one in particular that I wish you could, and they like shared a look, and I'm like, when he finds out that Naomi didn't blow the blow up the sample, he's gonna flip his shit in a bad way. Like, I'm worried for whenever it happens what it's gonna be like for him. That's what I want. That's all I'm gonna say. Because also, so Anderson Dawes kidnapping the one guy, the scientist dude, it means that, so they said in the episode that the scientist dude is actually hearing about the pro molecule. He's receiving signals, and then Holden is like, that can't be because we destroyed all of it and the other thing crashed and burned, so like there's no more proto molecule left. He doesn't know about the sample that Naomi saved, essentially. So I'm not sure if what he is receiving is that sample or the thing crashing into Venus. Because I actually think that the Eros station crashing into Venus actually... So they're not addressing that, by the way. They're not addressing that at all. But I think it will be a thing. More than anything because I think it would be great, but also because in the previous episode we had that one guy saying like, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna see what's up, and I'm like, okay, so alien shit's gonna happen, he's gonna see it, and that's gonna be our conduit for the audience to get there. But until then, we're operating on the assumption that the only piece of proto molecule left alive is the sample that Naomi refused to blow up. So if that is the only one, and that is the one that the scientist is hearing about, that means that the sample that Naomi didn't blow up, Anderson Dawes is gonna go and get because the scientist will tell him about it. So Anderson Dawes is now in possession of the proto molecule. Fuck! That's like the worst person to be in possession of the proto molecule, isn't it? So that kinda sucks. I like the character of Anderson Dawes a lot. I really, really do. And it's gonna be something moving forward now that he's like an actual character. Because he hasn't been a relevant character since Miller left series. And okay, here's another thing that I want to mention is that we saw that Julie Mao was actually waiting for him to come and pick her up, and then he didn't. And she literally died waiting for him. And she was like, why didn't you come? So we get this image of Anderson Dawes being an asshole from that alone. Whether he's an asshole or not, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he is. And like, I think he's just an asshole, high charisma extremist that just wants belts to rule all. And he also wants to rule the entire belt. So he's just got to be at the top, kind of. Whether that is because of selfishness and ego, or because of because he actually wants what he believes is best for the belt. Like, that is an interesting distinction that I don't think I can tell yet. And it's whether or not he cares about the belt and whatever he's doing it for the good of the belt in his mind, or he's doing it just because he wants to rule all. And because like he's in control of the station. And they're talking about how Fred Johnson is gonna get fucked because he lost support from everything because like nobody in the Belts gives a shit about him because he's an Earther. Nobody in the Earth likes him, and the monks. Well, the monks. What am I saying? The Mormons don't like him anymore because he fucked in Nauvoo, right? So he's like, he stays in Tigor content, and I'm like, yeah. So Anderson Dawes is probably gonna be in charge of Taika too, maybe, or maybe not him directly, but like someone allied to him. Might be drummer. So there is this thing where he clearly has a story with drummer. They probably, possibly, most surely were involved in a romantic relationship of sorts because of the way they were approaching each other. So maybe. And I think she sold Fred off. Diogo sold Fred off. Everyone sold Fred off. So that sucks. So we'll just see what happened now. Because I'm just like, okay, that's a low-ass mic. But, yeah, I don't know, lots of drama. So, Bobbie survived. She might be juiced up or not. They were using her as a scapegoat, her and her team. They don't believe what she saw, which is the alien or whatever. She's going to her to say that. Fred Johnson might get fucked in the future because everyone seems to be betraying him. Anderson Dawes took the scientist. Amos might be a robot or not. Naomi is kind of freaking the fuck out in her own head because she should be, because she kinda fucked us. Holden is gonna lose it when he realizes that she fucked us. And for the time being, he's already kind of losing it because he's like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna kill the fucking scientist. Okay, they took him away. All right. Yo, Fred, what up, homie? He's gone. We need to find him. Dawes took him. So, lots of drama happening for, literally every character in the story. Oh, yeah, there was at the very beginning, Christian of Azarella and the other guy, and then Aaron Wright. Yeah, Aaron Wright was his name. So, Azarella, Aaron Wright, and the other guy, whose name I don't remember. But they were talking about what their course of action is going to be, and they were saying, yeah, we're going to invite Mars over instead of nuking them, because we need to talk about what actually happened in peace is, the best way, because otherwise things are going to be bad. So, yeah. Is there anyone else to talk about of importance? I'm gonna skim through the episode a little bit. No, I think that is mostly it. As for theorists, I'm just like, Naomi fucked us by letting that thing survive. Oh yeah, and of course, Dawes escaped in a different ship or something, and Diogo was actually just the ones that they actually intercepted. So, smart. And fucking Diogo, man. Diogo, come on, man. Miller's last words to you were to not be a dumb motherfucker. Do not get used by other people, actually realize what's going on and try to fight for it. And he immediately goes and starts a cult, and he becomes a member of the other cult by Dawes. And he's like, oh yeah, he totally knows what's up. And it's entirely because he's playing to his ego. Because there was that scene when he was like, oh, you weren't in those places. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch out for you. You're gonna be bigger than me. Oh, it's like Dawes is so good at getting what he wants out of everyone, which means that he's a manipulative asshole, but also he has 30 charisma points. So it's all right, what are we gonna do? That is the most dangerous person ever. So yeah, that's what's going down in the Expanse today. I think that's it. I think that's mostly it. I think I covered pretty much everything. Yeah, I just want to see what happens next episode now, because a lot of drama is happening, and a lot of possible betrayals / confirmed betrayals are happening. Also, aliens are being sandbagged, quote unquote aliens. Like, well, yeah, we already established that aliens are a part of this universe because the proto molecule is alien, but the entire topic is being sandbagged, like for the sake of this whole drama. And it's like, God damn it, give me an answer already. Just show me what's going on. You know, I want to see Venus. I want to see what Venus looks like right now because I'm pretty sure that it's gonna become proto molecule planet. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's it for this episode. I think we did pretty okay. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I don't know if you could hear my stomach making rumbles like a couple of times, but yeah, I'm kind of hungry. So I'm gonna go and eat something. Yeah, that's it for this episode of The Expanse. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction to The Expanse. If you would like to see next one, it should be already up on Patreon. Check first though, as well as full length. Check out the links in the description, and I'll see you next time. Okay, take care.